Hey everybody, this is Truth Teacher, just coming at you with a new video. Um, I've been reading accounts in the past of various East African people who use different types of fats to style their hair, particularly ghee, which is clarified butter. And I was always curious about that, like what would that be like, to use on your hair. So I decided to do an experiment and to see what effect that would have on my hair. Now, I didn't want to walk around with a head full of butter, but if I were living in a very dry, hot environment like a desert environment as is common in East Africa, I could definitely see after doing this experiment why people would do that. So what I did is I went to the local Indian store in my neighborhood and I got a can of ghee. This is clarified butter, and what it is they take I guess just regular butter and they boil it and then they skim off the solids on the top, and what you're left with is ghee, clarified butter. And I don't know if you can see that, so it's kind of yellowish and it has a kind of heavy scent. Not an unpleasant scent, but definitely heavy. So what I did is I took the ghee and I sectioned my hair off, put my hair into several sections, and I took the ghee and I ran it through my hair and got it all coated. And what I noticed is that right away I noticed that it was really, really great as a detangler, because as I was pulling it through my hair, of course, all the shedded hair was coming out, and so I decided, well, let me just go with that. And so I just finger combed my hair, and I noticed that when I got to parts where I had like tangles, like you get those single strands knots on the ends, and then you get like a whole clump of hair gets tangled up around that. Usually you have to take your scissors and just cut it off. I noticed that I was able to slip those tangles out just taking a strand of hair at a time, and slip that out, of the tangles. So it really worked very well as a detangler on my hair. So I followed that with a new product that I bought that I'm gonna make a video on soon. It's called the Tangle Teaser. I don't know. I can't remember if that's the name, but I bought it at Sally's. It's a black little thing that you hold in your hand, and it's got all these little teeth on it. And anyway, that's another video. But I went through and detangled my hair with that. So basically, that's what I did. I went all over my head with the ghee and sectioned it off after I was done. And once I had done my whole head, I took a plastic cap and I put that on my head, and then just went ahead and did whatever chores I had to do around the house, like making breakfast, cleaning up, doing the laundry, whatever. And then after an hour or two, I washed my hair out. Now, one thing, before I talk about washing my hair, I noticed that when I took the cap off, my hair was incredibly soft and moisturized, greasy, but moisturized. And it was really easy to comb through my hair. Now, I've talked about it before, but my hair is very, very prone to tangling. And I see videos of guys combing their hair out, combing out their afro. And I always wonder how the hell they're doing that, because if I tried to do it, I'd have more hair on the floor than I did on my head. But I noticed that when I had all the butter, all the ghee in my hair, I could comb through my hair with a pick with no problem, no snags, no tangles, wasn't pulling out my hair at all. So it did a really good job of deep conditioning and moisturizing my hair. But since I ain't living in a desert, I don't want to walk around like that. And plus, it does have a strong scent to it. It's not it's not an unpleasant smell. It's not, it doesn't stink or anything, but it's just unusual. You wouldn't want to be walking around with that kind of scent, in your hair. So I got in the shower and I washed my hair out with the shampoo. Now, the first time I did it, I did follow up with a conditioner, but I did notice that even after I washed the shampoo out of my hair was really, really very soft. It felt very moisturized. Um, it didn't feel stripped at all. And so I figured, okay, well, the second time around, let me try to just use the ghee without using conditioner behind it. And so that's what I did the second time. And it worked really well for me. Now, one thing that I did do, which I won't do again, is I did take a little bit of the ghee, very small amount, and run it through my hair after I was done with the shampooing and everything. And I feel that as the days go on, like the butter dries, and I think that that acted as a barrier actually for allowing my moisturizer to, my hair to soak up my moisturizer. Because I did notice that my hair wasn't as moisturized as it usually is after I use my moisturizer. So I think the next time I do it, which will be tomorrow, I won't do that. I won't put any more ghee on my hair after I finish. And I'll just use my regular moisturizer and I'll see what the effects are. But so far, my hair is very soft. I mean, this is like the end of the week. It is very soft. I'm like feeling here. I've got it out in like a low puff right now. And I can definitely see why, like I said, if you were living in a hot, dry environment where the sun is beating down on you, I could definitely see why you would want to use something like this and keep that in your hair. I think it really would do a good job to protect your hair from drying out in the desert and the hot sun. But yeah, it really worked for me. And the thing that I was most surprised at is how well it helped me to detangle my hair, especially those multiple strand knots. I was just able to gently just pull them apart rather than having to cut them off with the scissors. So I'd like to, recommend some of you out there. I'd be interested to hear what your experiences are, You can buy, you don't have to buy this particular brand. Any clarified butter would do, or I guess you could make your own. Just heat up a stick of butter or whatever and then scrape off, spoon off whatever solids settle on top and try it. So I'd really be interested to hear what some of your experiences are with it. I mean, for me, it works fantastic. No, maybe I won't use my conditioner anymore. I don't know. Maybe I found a substitute. But, I always think of these things, like what could I do if for some reason I'm traveling somewhere and I don't have access to the regular products that I'd use, like my conditioner. What would I do? So I think that I found a very good alternatives and something that I think I'm going to make a part of my regular regimen. So, yeah, try it out and either write me a response or a response video and let me know what your experiences with this was, okay? So this is Truth Teacher signing off now, and I'll speak to you guys really soon, okay? Peace.